Murders, Trials, and Freedom. The attack on British power by Indian revolutionaries. Welcome to Lex Prep. This is Harshvardhan Tripathi. I am going to take you to the most interesting journey often talked about in the freedom struggle. And we are particularly discussing the revolutionary program. The revolutionaries considered themselves as an important part of creating a mass revolution throughout the country. They were trying to subvert the loyalties of the army. They were very much inspired by what was going on in Russia, in Ireland, and Germany. And they resorted to organizing assassinations of unpopular officials and of traitors and informers among the revolutionaries themselves. They were trying to conduct a lot of dacoities which were motivated by Swadeshi sentiments. They wanted to raise funds for revolutionary activities, and this became a particular norm during the First World War. A lot of military conspiracies were organized against the enemies, towards the enemies of Britain. The main idea: to strike terror in the hearts of the rulers and arouse people and remove the fear of authority from their minds. This particular image, the historic Delhi Darbar 1911, the power was transformed from Calcutta to New Delhi. The very next year, the then Viceroy, Lord Hardinge, had to witness an attack. And all of this goes back to the history of 1870s of what was going around in Calcutta. The Calcutta student community had already created a lot of secret societies. In 1902, in Midnapur, under Janendranath Basu, and in Calcutta, under Pramotha Mittar, Anushilan Samiti was formed, which included Jatendranath Banerjee, Barindra Kumar Ghosh, and others. But they were very much limited. Their activities were very limited to giving physical and moral training to the members and remained insignificant till 1907-08. Then what happened? Then particularly Raj Bihari Bose and Sachin Sanyal, they had organized a secret society that was covering areas of Punjab, Delhi, United Provinces, and some others like Hemchandra Kanungo. They went abroad for military and political training. In 1907, a lot of attempts were made by Yugantar group. So they tried to kill unpopular British officials like Sir Fuller, the first Lieutenant Governor of East Bengal, Andrew Fraser. The attempt was made in 1907 to derail his train. And in 1908, Prafulla Chaki and Khudiram Bose, they threw a bomb at a carriage supposed to be carrying a particularly sadistic white judge, Kingsford, in Muzaffarpur. Then came the Alipore conspiracy case, or Murari Pukur conspiracy, in which Aurobindo and Barindra, the members of Anushilan group, were charged. Followed by that, there is also the famous Delhi conspiracy trial. In 1908, Barra dacoity was organized by Dhaka Anushilan leader Pulin Das to raise funds for revolutionary activities. Raj Bihari Bose and Sachin Sanyal staged a spectacular bomb attack on Lord Hardinge while he was making his official entry into the new capital of Delhi in a procession through Chandni Chowk in December 1912. Hardinge was injured but not killed. Basant Kumar Biswas, a revolutionary from Nadia village, threw a handmade bomb on Hardinge, who was seated on an elephant. As you can see in the photograph, the person behind, who was bearing the umbrella, died, while Hardinge suffered brutal injuries on shoulders, back, and head. Raj Bihari Bose was not executed. Raj Bihari Bose was known as the person behind the plan. He evaded the arrest and he escaped donning a disguise. But at the end of the infamous Delhi conspiracy trial, Basant Kumar Biswas, Amir Chand, and Awadh Bihari were convicted and executed for their roles in the conspiracy. This is Raj Behari Bose. And to an extent, at later years, we have seen Subhash Chandra Bose also very famous to don the disguise. This is the file photo of Basant Kumar Biswas and Kanhaiya Lal Datta. They were just young kids of 20 years and they were happily ready to sacrifice their life for the freedom of their homeland. And most of this feeling of animosity towards British administration was perpetrated or insinuated during the rule of Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon, the person who prepared the partition of Bengal in 1905, and after the Surat split of Congress, these particular students had no leader to guide them. So they decided to take the matter in their own hands. The Western Anushilan Samiti found a very good leader in Jatindranath Mukherjee or Bhaga Jatin, and then emerged the Jugantar. The First World War, Jugantar party arranged to import arms and ammunition through sympathizers and revolutionaries abroad. So Jatin asked Raj Behari Bose to take charge of Upper India, and then the infamous German plot or the Zimmermann plan was formed. The Jugantar party raised funds through a series of dacoities which came to be known as taxi cab dacoities and boat dacoities, so as to work out the Indo-German conspiracy. The plan was to launch a guerrilla force attack and seizure of Fort William and a mutiny by armed forces. Unfortunately for the revolutionaries, the plot was leaked out by a traitor. Police came to know about Bhaga Jatin and he was waiting in Balasore for the delivery of German arms. Jatin and his associates were located by the police. There was a gunfight, and as a result of which revolutionaries were either killed or arrested. The German plot failed. Jatin Mukherjee was shot and died a hero's death in Balasore in September 1915. He had always stated that we shall die to awaken the nation. On the very same front, you will find Khudiram Bose. He was a 16-year-old while he tried to throw a bomb. At the age of 18 years, he literally died smiling. This is Aurobindo Ghosh, the famous person behind Alipur conspiracy case, where the attempt was to murder Sir Andrew Fraser, the governor of Bengal, in 1907. Why they were trying to murder, again, demands in-depth study of the kind of retaliation, or you can say the reactions of the masses towards brutal suppression under the orders of Lord Curzon, the promulgation of Official Secrets Act, the passing of Official Secrets Act, and curtailing the press freedom. Basically, Bengal was considered to be the center of revolutionary activities, and Britishers wanted to break away that center. The Lord Curzon plan was not enough. The Britishers were following triple-fold policy, where they were trying to suppress, conciliate, and then perpetually ignore. Chittaranjan Das had defended Aurobindo against the charges of high treason. Aurobindo Ghosh was acquitted of all charges with the judge, but Barendra Ghosh, as the head of the Secret Society of Revolutionaries, and Ulaskar Dutt, as a secret society maker of the bombs, were given the death penalty, which was later commuted to life in prison. There was this person, Narendra Goswami, who had turned a prover, right? And he was shot dead by the two accused. Satyendranath Bose and Kanhaiya Lal Datta killed him in jail. This is the infamous photograph of Bhagwan Singh Gyani, the main person who was behind the Gadar party. Look at his mustache. What does it indicate? that they were very much inspired by Hitler. Look at his specs. What does it indicate? They were donning the Hitler attire, to an extent, the mindset. And that is why the Gadar party, the defendants were 9 German citizens, several diplomats in Washington, D.C. and San Francisco, 9 Americans, and 17 Indians, who were mainly activists of the Gadar party. Among the Indians were Taraknath Das, Chandrakant Chakravarti, Ram Chandra, Gobind Bihari Lal, Bhagwan Singh, Gopal Singh, and Santokh Singh. You will find most of their photographs. You will also find Rahmat Ali Shah, Amir Chand, Keher Singh, Jagat Singh, Gurdeep Singh, and Kartar Singh. The term used for them was Hindu, a misnomer indiscriminately used at the time by the Western press to describe all South Asians. The trial was sensational in the manner of its ending, when one of the person, Ram Chandra, the Gadar party leader, was gunned down by an associate, Ram Singh, who in turn was killed by a police officer present in the court. There were other revolutionary activities going on in different regions, like in Maharashtra, Ramosi Peasant Force by Vasudev Balwant Phadke in 1879, Savarkar and his brother organizing Mitra Mela in 1899, which later on merged with Abhinav Bharat, who is basically known behind the murder of A.M.T. Jackson, the collector of Nasik, who was a well-known Indologist, was killed by Anant Lakshman Kanhere. It was found that the killing was a part of conspiracy to overthrow the British government in India by means of armed revolution. Savarkar was the sole inspiration and moving spirit of the conspiracy, and extending over a number of years was sentenced to transportation for life and forfeiture of all his property. In Punjab, it was Lala Lajpat Rai, the motivation, who brought out Punjabi with its motto of self-help at any cost, and Ajit Singh, Bhagat Singh's uncle, who organized the extremist Anjuman-e Mohizban-e-Watan in Lahore, and with its general Bharat Mata. These are the persons who have given away their lives. In the words of Subhash Chandra Bose, the ultimate object of the revolutionaries is not terrorism, but revolution, and the purpose of the revolution is to install a national government. This was Harshvardhan Tripathi signing off from the interesting revolutionary activities episode of Indian history. I'll see you guys in the next.